Alright, what's going on everyone? Zeta here. Welcome back to another For Honor video, and today I have a honest review on the new core combat updates that literally just dropped yesterday. Now, I know my opinion doesn't carry much weight, and I know that I'm not a massive YouTuber or anything, but I do want to just still stress that this is my opinion that I'm telling you guys. And I'm not going to say that all the things about this new core combat update are bad, but I'm definitely not going to say that they're all good either. But I'm just going to be brutally honest with what I think of the new core combat update. So first and foremost, let's talk about the whole turtling and light spam meta. So for a while now, ever since they updated For Honor a few months back, there's been an issue with the whole, turtley and then light spamming meta, which is where pretty much someone would stand there and wait for you to throw an attack, and when you throw an attack, what they would do is they would just parry it. This was especially bad on PC. I'm a console player, so it's not as bad, but it still happened. But on the other hand, on console, there's been a whole issue with the whole light spam thing. Because lights are a lot harder to react to on console as well, it's actually pretty hard to parry a light. At least for me it is. I don't know about everyone else. So with this new core combat update, it fixed that issue. So that's one pro. The second thing I like about this update is the whole nerfs to some feats, because some of them are ridiculous. Like for example, the bear trap used to drain all your stamina when you'd stand on it. Now it just holds you in place, which is really good, because people used to use that a lot. They've nerfed a lot of feats in this game, if I'm honest. I don't know them all off by heart, but I just know that there's been a lot of nerfs and buffs up and down the board to make it more of a balanced game. Because, in my opinion, I don't think it's good that there should be one setup beats all in this. I think it should be down to strategy of what you choose for your perks and your feats and stuff. So yeah, that's what I like about that, which is pretty cool. So by nerfing the overpowered feats, it makes it a bit easier by doing that. The other thing, I like the way that they've nerfed the health regen speed when you are in a zone now. So for example, I was playing it before, and when I was in a zone, I wasn't healing as much. It was like, I'd say, a quarter of the speed of what it was when I was first playing, which is really good because it used to frustrate me when people would just throw you out the zone and then they get all their health back in a 2v1 situation or something like that. So that's why I think that's pretty cool as well. At least now it's a bit more harder to heal, and you can't just keep throwing someone out of the zone and then you get all your health back. I myself, I'm not even gonna lie, I've been guilty of doing this, so yeah. The other thing that I like about this update is that they've given Orochi an unblockable now, which, yeah, it's kind of not very good right now, but at least it's a step forward, and he gets some form of unblockable now. So it's rather than just you sit there and wait for the attack. At least it's you gotta remember that you can still put pressure on to back dodging opponents, but again, with tweaks and in time, it'll be really good. I also like the damage reduction that they've added to this game, which makes it a bit more, slowed down for the fast pace. But in my opinion as well, it kind of slows it down, even though I do like it. It's just, in my opinion, some of the damage things need a few tweaks. But other than that, it's really good. I do like the fact that, you have a bit more chance now when you're getting ganked, rather than just dying instantly. However, even though I don't really mind this update, in my personal opinion, I think it's quite a decent update. But there's definitely some things that I think should either be removed or need working on. So, first and foremost, Warmonger. Let's start off with the new character that's coming to For Honor. Now, Warmonger's a pretty cool character. I like her. She's not too overpowered in duels and Dominion. However, her feats are ridiculously overpowered, in my opinion, in Dominion compared to everyone else's. Because she's basically an anti-ganker and an and a ganker. So I know they were trying to make it so where people would just stop relying on the whole, gank player thing. But at the same time, they've done it so where the character can be useful when ganking someone, which in a 2v2 situation, it's pretty much instant death for anyone who isn't Warmonger now, which is a problem, because I don't think one character should be able to take out a whole team. I do like the whole anti-gank thing, but I don't know if I like the idea of her being able to take out the whole team on her own. I don't know about it. I don't know. The other thing I don't like about this is the fact that now when you're playing someone who has guaranteed lights after the first light, for example, let's say Shaolin, Shaman, she's one of them, and even Warden a little bit, to be honest, it just melts your stamina. The second one just melts your stamina, so you pretty much have just no chance. When it comes to fighting, you can't use your lights to help you. So for example, with Warden, he has that bash light thing. That drains quite a bit of stamina for one move, in my opinion. So I would like to see that nerfed. As well with Shaolin with his free guaranteed lights, that's another thing that I think they could do with nerfing. Or making it that's another thing I think they could do with buffing. Just make it so it doesn't drain as much stamina. But that's just my opinion. Now the other thing I don't like about this game is the inconsistency of the damage numbers. For example, a Centurion hits for 40 damage with his unblockable, whereas a Kensei, which is clearly a bigger sword and clearly a strong, it's a bigger weapon that requires a little bit more to use, it hits for pretty much almost half of that from an unblockable. I'd just like there to be a bit more consistency with attacks that just don't make sense, that do a lot of damage, versus attacks that do make sense, that do next to no damage. For example, Shaman's Bite does the same damage as Jormungandr's Slam, which, if you ask me, I think Shaman has to work a little bit harder to get her bite, because you got to get the bleed off, and then you got to get them on an angle where they're just not defending. And most of the time when you go to bite them, they're just spamming heavies and lights, so that if you go to jump, they'll just hit you out of it. Which, yeah, I think that is a big issue with it. I just thought there to be some tweaks to the whole game with some of the attacks. I feel like hard, and then that's another thing. Deflects are pretty much useless now. Deflects do no damage, and if you ask me, deflects is one of the hardest things to pull off in this game. Yes, you could probably get a fluky deflect, but it's pretty risky. But yeah, I think deflects should still be very high punish if they're able to pull it off. The other thing I personally don't like is Highlander. I feel like his second light is a bit weird, the way it moves. It's almost like as fast as Orochi was, but instead of it being a small sword, it's this giant, massive thing that comes flomping to the floor. Not to mention it has crushing counter as well. So yeah, I feel like that the animation on that could be get smoothed up a little bit with the second light, because it just looks a bit weird. I don't know if you've seen it. It's just it doesn't make sense. The second light doesn't make any sense for me with the Highlander. And as you guys know, I'm a 4v4 player through and through. I love playing 4v4. Don't get me wrong, I do play some brawls and duels sometimes, but most of the time I'm playing 4v4. And I'm just going to end this little rant with this. And I know Ubisoft isn't watching this video, but I'm just going to say it anyway because it's just how I feel. Ubisoft, if you're watching this, if you don't fix any of these issues that is going on with For Honor right now, at least on console, then a lot of people are going to leave. Therefore, you will lose a lot, and I mean a lot of money on this game. And I don't know if this is important or anything, but I noticed that when I was looking through it, at least on console, it said For Honor was number 7 in top paid games at one point, which I don't know if that's how real that is, but yeah, I was just wondering if you guys knew what that meant. But yeah, at least make it so where if you pull off some hard moves, which are going to be extremely hard now, you should get a decent punish for it. For example, deflects. They were fine as they were. I saw people doing deflects because they were good punishes. But now there's literally no punish, so you might as well just not do it. I know they want to make it more offensive based, but at least make it so where defense is hard to do, but it has really good punish. That's all I'm asking of anything. I don't really care about anything else. Tweaks and buffs are obviously going to be needed up and down the board. But, yeah, it just feels rushed, guys. That's just it. This game just feels rushed right now with this new update. And that's just my opinion. I'm still going to be playing For Honor, don't get me wrong. But, yeah, I'm not happy. Really not happy with the new update. But, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Sorry that this has been a bit of a ranting video. I just wanted to give my brutally honest opinion on this. And if no one else is going to say anything about these problems, at least highlight the problems, then I'm going to have to. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out. Thank you.